Hey everyone, welcome back to Interesting Biofacts, where we uncover the untold stories of history's greatest icons. Today we venture into the exhilarating world of thoroughbred horse racing to discover the remarkable story of a true legend, Secretariat. Most people know him as the 1973 Triple Crown winner, but the deeper you dig, the more astonishing the story becomes. From biology to history to media fame, Secretariat wasn't just a racehorse, he was a global phenomenon. Let's break down 10 things you probably didn't know about Secretariat. Let's jump in. Starting off the list, Secretariat was born because of a coin toss. Secretariat was the result of an unusual breeding agreement between his owner, Penny Shinnery, and Ogden Phipps of Wheatley Stable. They arranged a deal involving two mares and the stallion, Bold Ruler. The foals from both pairings would be divided by a coin toss. In 1969, Phipps won the toss and chose the foal out of Hasty Matilda. Shinnery got the second pick, a foal to be born from the mare Something Royal. That foal turned out to be Secretariat. A literal flip of a coin decided the future of horse racing history. And number 2 on the list, he had a heart nearly 3 times the size of a normal racehorse. His heart weighed an estimated 22 pounds, while the average equine heart weighs between 8 and 10 pounds. This wasn't due to disease or defect. It was a perfectly healthy heart, just exceptionally large. The sheer size allowed for extraordinary blood flow, delivering oxygen to his muscles with unmatched efficiency. Scientists believe this trait is linked to what sometimes is called the X factor gene, thought to be passed down from the maternal side. Secretariat's dam, Something Royal, is suspected to have passed down this rare genetic gift. This massive heart gave Secretariat a nearly unfair aerobic advantage, and his stride reflected it. Studies have later confirmed that Secretariat's stride angle and biomechanics were nearly perfect. He could cover 25 feet in a single stride and do it over and over again without slowing. This isn't just interesting biology, it's equine physiology at its most elite. And number 3 on the list, he lost his very first race. Despite his dominance, Secretariat's career didn't begin with glory. On July 4th, 1972, at Aqueduct Racetrack, Secretariat ran his debut race and finished 4th. Why? It was because he was bumped hard coming out of the gate and was forced to play catch-up. Still, he put on a good show in the final stretch, overtaking horses with ease, even though it was too late to win. His jockey, Ron Tecote, later said that moment told him everything he needed to know. Even in defeat, Secretariat's power and will to compete were obvious. That flash of speed and strength wasn't just lucky, it was a glimpse of what was to come. He would go on to win 16 of his next 20 races, cementing his place in history. And number 4 on the list, his improvement was rapid. By 1972, Secretariat was not only winning, he was blowing past competition with breathtaking speed. Trainers and jockeys alike noted how rapidly he sharpened his racing instincts, timing his moves perfectly, responding instantly to jockeys' commands, and demonstrating a tactical awareness far beyond his years. This rapid improvement was crucial to his legendary 2-year-old season and set the stage for his historic 3-year-old campaign, culminating in the Triple Crown sweep. Secretariat didn't just have natural talent, he had a mind and body that seemed to be built to master the sport faster than anyone had ever seen. And number 5 on the list, he was also known as Big Red. Secretariat was often called Big Red, a nickname that suited both his size and his fiery chestnut color. He wasn't the first racehorse to carry this nickname. The great man of war before him was also known by it, but Secretariat arguably defined it for a new generation. Standing 16.2 hands tall and weighing over 1,200 pounds, he had a regal, powerful frame that made him stand out even before he ran. But it wasn't just his size that earned admiration. It was his intelligence, calm demeanor, and magnetic presence. Handlers described him as having a human eye, a look that radiated awareness and confidence. His blend of beauty and brains helped him become a fan favorite. At number 6 on the list, he set records in all 3 Triple Crown races, and they still stand. Secretariat didn't just win the Triple Crown, he obliterated the competition. More impressively, his winning times in all 3 races still remain unbeaten. In the Kentucky Derby, he ran each quarter mile faster than the last, a phenomenon called a negative split that is extremely rare in distance racing. He finished in 1 minute, 59 and 2/5 of a second, making him the only racehorse to ever break the 2-minute barrier at the Kentucky Derby. In the Preakness Stakes, a controversial timing error clouded his official time, but subsequent video and electronic analysis concluded he ran it in 1 minute, 53 seconds flat. And at the Belmont Stakes, Secretariat delivered one of the most iconic performances in sports history. He won by a staggering 31 lengths, finishing in 2 minutes, 24 seconds flat, the fastest time ever recorded for a mile and a half on dirt. These aren't just race records, they're benchmarks for excellence that no horse has come close to beating in over 5 decades. And number 7 on the list, he had a fierce but underappreciated rival named Sham. Every legend needs a worthy rival, and Secretariat found his in Sham, a powerful colt who might have won the Triple Crown himself in any other year. Sham finished second in both the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness Stakes, clocking times that would have won in almost any other year. In the Derby, Sham ran 1 minute, 59 and 4/5 of a second, the second fastest time in history. However, his attempts to keep pace with Secretariat ultimately led to his undoing. In the Belmont Stakes, Sham pushed himself early to stay even with the Big Red, and burned halfway out throughout the race. Sham never raced again. He became a tragic figure in racing lore, immensely talented, but always second best to a once-in-a-century champion. And number 8 on the list, he was named Horse of the Year twice. Secretariat achieved what few horses have ever done. He was named Horse of the Year not once, but twice. Even more astonishing, he earned this honor first as a 2-year-old in 1972. It's incredibly rare for such a young horse to be given such a title, but Secretariat's performances left no doubt. He won 7 of 9 races as a juvenile, often coming from behind in thrilling fashion. Then, in 1973, his Triple Crown season sealed his place in the history books. He dominated every major award and once again received Horse of the Year honors. This dual recognition speaks to both his early potential and his legacy fulfillment of it. And number 9 on the list, he was a media superstar. In 1973, Secretariat transcended sports to become a cultural icon. Following his Triple Crown win, he appeared on the covers of Time, Newsweek, and Sports Illustrated, all in the same week. This kind of media saturation was unprecedented for a racehorse. In fact, it was rare for any athlete. The media dubbed him the horse of the century, and people who had never watched a race quickly became fans overnight. He even had his own sports agent. He wasn't just a racehorse, he was a national treasure. And lastly, number 10. He sired hundreds of foals, but his daughters were the real legacy. After retiring from racing, Secretariat began his career as a stud. Expectations were sky high. Over the years, he sired more than 600 foals, and while several were successful, none reached his mythical level of dominance. Interestingly, it was his daughters, not his sons, who carried on his greatest genetic contributions. One of his daughters gave birth to Storm Cat, a stallion that would become one of the most influential sires in modern racing. So while Secretariat didn't reproduce a champion clone of himself, his bloodline still permeates the sport to today. Secretariat was more than just a racehorse. He was an athlete, an icon, and a legend who changed the sport of horse racing forever. From his unrivaled physical gifts to his massive cultural impact, Secretariat's story is a testament to what happens when nature, nurture, and timing all align. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the life of a racing legend, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that bell for more stories from interesting biofacts. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and remember, true greatness leaves hoof prints on history. Thank you for watching.